Everyone, Dwayne here with Bronco Wild Outdoors. Today I've got a little bit different video where I want to show you some still pictures that I took in Townsend, Tennessee at Super Celebration East. This is in May of this year, May of 2021. Oh, by the way, Super Celebration East has been going on for years. It's a little bit different now with the addition of the new or sixth gen Bronco, and Ford brought a lot of Broncos in this year, over 20, I think it's like 26, 28. All but one color was represented. So here we have a chassis that our mid-size Bronco, or I like to just call it full size, because between a Sport and the four-door, the big one, it's the larger of the two, but it is technically a mid-size SUV. This chassis here is pretty cool. You'll see Ford colored the dash plates in red, the tow hooks in red, and everything else there is either black or aluminum. You'll see the upper control arms here. Yes, this is the independent front suspension, and I can tell you from riding in one of these off-road at a pretty high rate of speed, the independent front suspension is really awesome. Riding on the road, it was nice. You didn't get a lot of travel. Of course, we were only going about 50 miles per hour. We were on a relatively smooth road, and it was only for about 3 miles. So I get it. However, I was able to really, sense what's going on here, and you'd hit a little pothole here or there and you wouldn't feel it reverb to the other side, or the wheels to try to fight each other. There again, nothing huge, I get it. But I think it's a testament for that independent front suspension, how well it is. So we have a different view here. Let's switch over. That's a tough looking stance, isn't it? I like it. You see the stabilizer disconnect here, rack and pinion here, the dash plate in the front, the tow hooks, the independent front suspension. So the upper and lower control arms, you see the upper here, the lower is down in here somewhere. The Bilstein shocks, coilovers. Nice. There is the actual base Bronco that Gavin and I did our trail ride in, our ride along. We had a professional driver and caught a little bit of air. So check out that video here on our channel. It was pretty exciting, I should say. So driving on the road at about 50 miles per hour, we didn't get a lot of wind noise from the top. We didn't hear a lot of road noise from the tires. There again, I know it was only 50. It was only for about 3 miles, relatively smooth road. But you could really start to sense what this vehicle is going to be like. But the base Bronco, I think, is going to be a huge hit, because a lot of people are going to buy this Bronco, maybe upgrade to Sasquatch, maybe even upgrade to the 2.7. And I say upgrade, just go with those options. 2.3 might be what you want, but in my case, I'm a 2.7 guy. The bigger the engine, the better, without the weight of the V8. But I think if you start with a base 2.7 Sasquatch, then the sky's the limit on what you can do with it. So we have here a little bit different view on that. Pretty cool. Another view on the suspension, a little bit closer up here, so you can see the front diff here. One of the body mounts, the rack and pinion steering. It's very clean. Like I said, it's not anything too crazy. I think it is going to be a hit. And what I like is when you're doing some rock crawling, you see there's not a lot of flex in this vehicle. Actually, in our trail turn assist video here on my channel, you can see where when the Bronco's making a hard left, I think we said a 270-degree turn. It was more like a 160, 170 maybe. The left rear came off the ground. You can really see how stiff the vehicle was. And there's the rear diff. I like how they tucked the muffler in the back too. Looks pretty cool. And there we have our 35. I think those are 35s. Either way, close enough. Either 33s or 35. I think they're 35s. I've been doing a lot of research on this tire here, this Goodyear Territory tire. And it's a softer tire. I've really been trying to get some good data for this video that we're trying to do. We're not going to be able to do an actual tire review. We're just going to do basically the tire options that come on the Bronco, because there's a lot of unknowns about this. All right, Territory MT. So those are the 35s, I think. Somebody will correct me, I'm sure. But if I'm wrong. Anyway, Territory. So it should be the 33s. All right, so here we have some pictures, like our little lasso here on our tie down in the back of this two-door cyber orange Bronco. I forget the trim level of this one. I think this was a Big Ben automatic. See the automatic there. And you know, this color here, if you noticed in the door panel, the body color here, it really stands out with the cyber orange. The other colors, it doesn't jump out to, at you like it does here, but obviously if you look at them, they're all there. Very, very clean underneath. I mean, when I say clean, there's a lot of stuff here around this engine, but it's, you know exactly where it is. The big oil, the dipstick here for checking your oil, the washer fluid over here. Here's our intake, the snorkel. So you see how high this is, by the way. So I guess if we get water to above the top of the grill, then we have issues. So this has the steel front bumper on it, the modular bumper, the Sasquatch, soft top, of course, you can see that. So this here is a pretty cool looking little deal. I was trying to get some photos of things that we don't really talk about and things that jump out you know, on these videos that well. All right, my favorite color, Area 51. This is the color that I love, but it haunted me for a long time. So I say haunted me because I liked it when I first saw it. Then I would see pictures of dirty Broncos out in Moab and dusty, bad lighting, bad cameras, and I thought it looked too plain. And when I went to Townsend, I was happy with my choice. So I kept my order the same. I am a first day reservation holder. That was one of the, I guess, first orders when the website came back up. So obviously a lot of people crashed it. I think my order was done 11-ish at night, 10:30, 11:30, somewhere there, first night. But I have not gotten my email for a build date yet. So I think I have ordered everything on the hit list, the naughty list, I've been hearing it called. And so this is a Badlands here. I mean, you can see with the orange trim inside. Let's keep going. Another close-up view. You'll see this is the leather, have the carpet in here. So if we have marine grade vinyl, this would be rubber with the drains and the washout flooring. And 12-inch touchscreen. Very, very awesome. I can't wait to really get to use this and get all the options on the screen so I can really get to see it. I like how we have our 7 goat modes right here, easy on a selector, on a knob. My Ford Explorer has a knob like that. Not going to be anything too unusual for me. Here's this base Bronco again that we did our ride along in. This was a 2.7 base with Sasquatch. And as you know, the bull bar on the front has been redesigned. It's actually going to bring the top of the bar up a little higher so you can see Bronco. Smooth. First thing I saw when I saw this bar, I was like, wow, they just perfectly covered Bronco. And some people call it the B&O bar. And here we have our different view. I tell you, the color really is awesome. If you notice here that it has a little bit more of this clay color in it, bluish. I don't know what you want to call it. On the other side, it was more of it seemed to be a lighter blue. So this is definitely not a changing color like a Mystic was on the Mystic Cobra, but it gives you a little bit different perspective in the different lighting, whether it's clean or dirty, sunny or cloudy. So I think it's pretty cool. I like how the ease of taking the doors off. We have a bolt here on the top. We have a bolt on the bottom. If you'll notice, this bolt is here. This bolt actually threads into this bracket, and this upper bolt will thread into the door. So that bolt should be in the door. And then of course, your wiring harness for your controls in the door right here. And that's easy to spot. So this thing here is pretty cool. I love the stitching in the seat. Ford really did a good job with the details on this. Very clean in the back. This swing door opens a little bit more. I want to say it's 120 degrees. I just know it opens further than this. So if need be, but it has sort of these, I say stops, and it has these places in the door where it'll kind of hang up and stay on a certain area. I'm trying to keep this video short here, but man, you just can't keep, we start going through these pictures. So another view of the Area 51 two-door. Now, a little bit different view from overhead, obviously with the top off of this one. I like how the bucking Bronco is in the floor mat here across the back on the transmission hump. Gives you an idea what it'll look like with the, one seat down, a drink holder in the back. Pretty cool. That was a video I did. We're not going to shoot that. There is a Cactus Gray Badlands Bronco Sport, and watched for the video on this channel where I did two videos off-road and one video on the road, kind of wet road drive, on a review of the Bronco Sport. The Bronco Sport is very capable, and I was super impressed with it, by the way. No doubt, super impressed. Cactus Gray, four-door Badlands. There again, trail sights actually work when you're on the trail and you're moving pretty quick. You're comfortable in the fact that if the tree is to the right of it, you're good. If the tree's in line with it or to the left, you're in trouble. It was really a good gauge for that, because when you're going through these trails fast, it might seem like common sense, but trees seem to move on you a little bit. As you're bouncing around, the trees can get a little bit closer. So, I mean, not really, but you know what I mean. And also 150-pound tie down on those trail sites as well. So multi-use for limb risers, for tying down the front of a canoe or anything else that you're hauling on the roof rails or roof racks, excuse me. And there again, different view of it. Very, very cool. And there again, Sasquatch. Oh, something on this one I want to show you too. Let's go to a little bit further. How many of you know that Bronco is written right here? I think I have a better view. Yep, there it is. So it's pretty cool how Ford did that. The Bronco written across the top here. And there's our antenna for our satellite radio. Badlands. So this one would be non-Sasquatch. And the reason being, it doesn't say Sasquatch right here, and we don't have Sasquatch standing down here on the bottom. So Ford's done that. If you've noticed that, the Badlands logo is different. One is Sasquatch, one is non-Sasquatch. These are pre-production vehicles, so I wouldn't be totally shocked if something was a little out of place on one of them. Something to keep in mind there. The soft top lays down very nice. I mean, there again, typical, like a convertible. And of course, the bucking horse is a different color depending on your trim. On this one here, it is silver. All right, last picture on this video. This is one of our little Easter eggs. The bucking horse is in several different places on here. This is in the rear. This will be our 12-volt accessory hookup. And that's one of our lights in the back. There, there's a bottle opener in the back, and there's a lot of these little Easter eggs. Kind of cool to look for them. So that's going to be it on this video. We're going to actually do another one, because I have a lot more pictures that I want to put into this video, and just give you an idea of the different little features. I try to take pictures of things that aren't like your big headline news type stuff. It's just the little stuff that you're going to notice when you see a Bronco in person, or when you get your Bronco, when you take delivery of it, which is going to be really cool, because I think even though we see these, there's a lot of people around. You're trying to video or take pictures, and sometimes you're not there to, like I was going to take tread pattern pictures and a lot of pictures underneath. Wasn't able to do that in this event. We'll do it in Carlisle, by the way. We will be there June 4th, 5th, and maybe the 6th. I don't know, but definitely June 4th and 5th. So Carlisle, Pennsylvania, 2021. If look us up, we should have some shirts on identifying who we are, Bronco Wild Outdoors. And I say we, be Gavin and myself, and we're going to have a good time. Just want to share these pictures here with you, but the Bronco is very cool. Gavin and I are actually doing a video on what does the Bronco mean to us, and we haven't even gotten it yet. But kind of this movement behind how Ford has really helped to energize an already energized group of people with Broncos. Remember, a lot of people have been early Bronco owners for years, and late model Broncos, and any of the 1 through 5th generation. But then there's a lot of us that are new to this Bronco experience. There again, I joked in a video with Gavin, I owned a Bronco for, I think, about 4 days. I actually bought one from a customer for $5 and sold it later that week for $500. And that was way back in the 90s. And it had a little bit more work than I was able to do. So that's why I got rid of it. But I'm a Mustang guy, right? I've had a lot of Mustangs, right here in my book, Driven. It's about a Mustang, so it's pretty cool. Well, the Mustang's part of the book, not about a Mustang. But what does the Bronco mean? So this lifestyle, we wanted to get another boat. We were thinking about a camper. Gavin really doesn't like boats. The camper was okay, but you know, you're going to certain destinations. I mean, there's a lot over the country, don't get me wrong, but you're going to campgrounds. We wanted the experience of the wild and going out and overlanding and camping on a trail somewhere. And so, and I'm not a fan, you know, I'm not a Jeep fan, nothing against them. They've never done anything for me. I'm a Ford guy. And when Ford announced the Bronco was coming out, I was like, wait a minute, Gavin, here is our solution to the camper, to the boat. We're actually going to be able to bring fishing to us from the shore or the beach. But camping, we get to go do, I mean, we could camp in a parking lot somewhere if you wanted to, but it's not camping. I'm saying if you ever had to, but we get to go anywhere, right? And the idea of camping out in the trails is something that we're interested in doing. So, hey, that's it for this video. Please like and subscribe this channel. Hit the bell icon so you know when we either go live or have a new video coming out. And we do have our tire kind of a review. We're basically going to talk about the tires that's coming on the Broncos and the different sizes and different brands. That's a lot of people don't know there's multiple brands, and obviously you figure there's multiple sizes. And we think that video is very important. So just want to say, look out for that. And Gavin will be back later today. We're doing a live tonight. We have something planned this afternoon and maybe another video. So see you guys later. Thanks. Appreciate you watching Bronco Wild Outdoors.